Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about how to quickly unmask a narcissist. Maybe you're not sure if they're a narcissist and you don't know whether to invest your time and energy into this person, and you want to see, am I dealing with a narcissist or not? So I'm going to tell you 10 ways to quickly unmask that narcissist. Number 1, act dumb, okay? Always let the fool think that they're fooling you. And the reason that you do that is because when you show the narcissist, like if you go to a narcissist and you tell them, I'm smart, nobody puts one over on my eyes, I could see right through people, this and that. What's that narcissist going to do? They're going to be twice as clever to manipulate you. They figure, oh, okay, now I have to be really careful with you. Now I have to be really careful that you don't see what I'm about. So that's going to make the narcissist, they're going to be more cautious, and it's going to be harder for you to unmask them because they know that you're watching them. But when you act dumb, when the narcissist really thinks that you're a fool, you're naive, that's when the narcissist is going to let their guard down and they're really going to show you who they are, okay? So best thing to do is let them think that you're dumb, you're naive, and then they'll figure you're not going to pick up when they try to manipulate you, when they play their games. You're not going to pick up on it, okay? Because narcissists are very careful about when they're dealing with different people. Certain people, they put kid gloves on because they know they have to be careful with them. But if they think that you're dumb, you're naive, you don't know the game, they're not going to put on those extra gloves and be careful so that you don't see them. They're going to be stupid about it, and they may say something that normally they wouldn't say if they thought you were smart, but they're not going to feel that you're going to pick up on it. So let them think that you're dumb. Who cares what they think? Let them think that you're dumb, all right? Pretend that you're naive. The next thing you want to do to quickly unmask a narcissist is to challenge them, okay? Another way you can unmask a narcissist is to just challenge them. Tell them they're wrong. Nobody hates to be told wrong more than a narcissist who needs complete control. So when you challenge the narcissist and you tell them, don't do it this way, do it that way, or you shouldn't have done this. See their reaction to things. See how they deal with criticism, okay? Now, you have to be careful with the criticism one, because not only are narcissists, they don't like to be criticized, but also victims of narcissistic abuse don't like to be criticized either, because they're very, very sensitive after they've been through things, and they don't want anybody, they may snap at you, and it doesn't make them a narcissist. It just makes them somebody who went through narcissistic abuse and is not going to tolerate anybody trying to put them down, okay? That's what you have to be careful about, because you get a lot of these trolls out here. Just because you voice your opinion or you don't let anybody walk all over you, they automatically call you a narcissist. No, you're not a narcissist for standing up for yourself. But a narcissist will call you that, all right? Because they don't like your power, they don't like your strength. So the second way you want to quickly unmask that narcissist is to just challenge them and just tell them that they're wrong, all right? What's another way that you can quickly unmask a narcissist? Don't give them what they want, okay? Narcissists are with you because they generally want to use you for something. And you've got to figure out what that narcissist is after. What do they want from you? They want sex, they want money, they want a place to live, or are they just using you as a backup supply, breadcrumb you because they like the attention you give them? So you have to really figure out, what is this narcissist after, right? And once you figure out what they're after, let's say they're after sex, right? They're talking to you sexually on the phone. Oh, I want to give you a massage. Oh, I want to do this to you. Oh, what kind of panties do you have on? The minute that they try you is the minute that you know that 9 times out of 10, they're after sex, all right? If they keep bringing up sex things, this, that, everything, right? So the way you stop them dead in their tracks is to just tell them, listen, I don't believe in having sex unless I'm married. I'm not going to have sex unless I'm married to the person. You know how many people you're going to weed out with that? that are after sex. If you're dealing with a narcissist who's after sex, they're going to stop calling you. Okay, they're going to stop calling you. They're not going to want to be bothered with you. And that right there shows you that they were only interested in sex out of you. They weren't looking to get to know you. Next, how you're going to unmask that narcissist. Let's say that the narcissist is after money. And, they're very materialistic. They're always commenting about what kind of car you have, commenting about your house. Oh, this is a beautiful house. Oh, this is real nice. This is beautiful. They're complimenting your house more than they're complimenting you. Or they're complimenting things that you have more than they're complimenting you. Okay, you got to be careful because some of them could do both. But, the way you handle that is you don't give them a dime. It's not your responsibility to give somebody that you're dating money, all right? That's why people, when you get married, you're making that formal commitment that you're all in. But when you're dating, you're not all in with that person. You're not at that point in the relationship that any narcissist should be asking you for money. And if they do, then get rid of them, delete, block, because that's what they're after. So and what they do is they don't ask you directly, they hint, okay? They may say, oh, I'm having trouble paying my mortgage. Oh, my rent's coming up. I don't know what I'm going to do because I had to give money to my kid. What they do, a lot of them, is they don't ask you directly. So you say to yourself, oh, they're not asking me for money. They're just telling me about their problems. They're trying to manipulate you. They're trying to guilt trip and make you feel bad for them, all right? And that's an indirect way of them trying to ask you for money. So how do you counteract that? You say to them, oh, that's really too bad. I know. I have my own money problems too. I have a lot of money problems. I have credit card debt and other debt that I have to take care of. That will stop that narcissist who's after money dead in their tracks, okay? And if they're after money, you'll never hear from them again, okay? You will never hear from them again. They're not going to want to be bothered with somebody who's not going to be able to give them money or who has money problems, all right? That's a way to unmask a narcissist who's after money. Now, some of them may not believe you. Some of them may not believe you, and they may still try, okay? They may figure you're just saying that, but you have to hold firm and not give them a dime, all right? Next way that you quickly unmask that narcissist, just tell them your problems and see if they offer to help, okay? Narcissists don't want to be bothered with anybody's problems or sickness or anything like that. And the last thing they want to do is help anybody. They want everybody to help them. So they may say something like, oh, that's too bad, or sorry to hear that. And then they may change the topic. Then what they're going to do is they're going to be distant, okay? Because they're not going to want to hear that you're going through something. When you call them, they may tell you, oh, listen, I'm really busy right now. Can I call you back? Or listen, I'm working right now. Can I call you back? They're going to give you the heave-ho because they don't want to hear. They have no empathy. They have no empathy for you or for your problems. Another thing that they might say is like, I really don't want to hear this, or, I don't have time for this. Somebody brought this up and they said somebody who says that is not a friend. But not only are they not a friend, they are also somebody who could be narcissistic, because if somebody tells you, I don't want to hear this, or, not this again, or something like that, they have no empathy for your pain or what you're going through. That tells you right there, this person doesn't have empathy for you, all right? They don't want to hear what you're going through. They have no heart. They don't care. So that is not somebody that you would want around, because if you're going through something, they're going to ghost you. They're going to disappear, or they're going to just victim shame you and say, well, you did it to yourself. I can't help you. Sorry, but you're going to have to deal with it yourself, all right? That's somebody who has no empathy, and we don't want those kind of people around. So that's another way you're going to be able to quickly unmask the narcissist, is to see how empathetic they are to your problems. Now, the caveat to that is if you're dealing with them during the love bombing stages, they may be they may show you fake empathy, okay? They may say, don't worry about it, babe. I'll help you with that. I'll help you with the kids. Don't worry, I got your back. I'll be there for you. So this is what they do during the love bombing stage. So you got to make sure that it's not during the love bombing stage, because during the love bombing stage, they're going to tell you whatever you want to hear. We don't count the love bombing stage, okay? And the love bombing stage is generally between 3 and 6 months. After that 6-month mark, generally, it depends on the narcissist, depends on what they're after, okay? Generally, you're going to really see more of the core of that person, and you'll be able to tell, okay? Next way to quickly unmask the narcissist is to just bore them to death and see how they react, okay? Narcissists hate being bored. A lot of them don't want to just spend time with you alone. They want to be out. They want to be where the action is. Not because they want to spend time with you, but because they want to be where the action is. They want people to stare at them. They want attention. They may be flashy. They may be flirting with other people in front of you. All right. So they don't want to be home generally with you and nothing going on. All right. Unless they're just looking to Netflix and chill and use you for sex. In that case, when you have a narcissist who's just looking to use you for sex, they're not going to want to go out and they're not going to want to spend money on you. They're going to want to just, they're going to want to link up, okay? Link up means pretty much just use you for sex and be on their way, okay? So all you got to do in that situation is just tell them, no, I want to go out, right? If you think they're after sex, and see if they're willing to go out with you. If they're not willing to go out with you, then they really don't want to get to know you and spend time with you. They're just looking to use you as a sex supply, right? So the other thing is, if you bore the narcissist is going to get frustrated, and then they're not going to want to spend time with you, okay? Narcissists can't regulate their emotions. So what that means is that the narcissist, if they're not being stimulated, if they're not excited about things, they're not going to want to be around you. So if you tell them you want to do something, just watch a movie or something like that, and they're not after a sex supply or anything like that, and they just don't want to do things, just with you, like we say, like date night things or date things, they don't want to do those kind of things, then they don't want to spend time with you. That's a red flag, all right? And if they get bored with you, they're going to make excuses not to see you the next time, okay? Because they have to be constantly excited. They want constant excitement. They're thrill seekers. So when you bore them, and show them, you could do other things. Not everything has to be in a nightclub or a bar drinking and this and that. And they can't do that. They can't spend time with you doing that. That shows you they're not interested in being with you. They're interested in the good time Charlies, I call them. All right. Another way to unmask a narcissist is to simply don't validate them. Covert narcissists constantly want validation. And so what they'll do is they'll put themselves down and they're waiting for you to say, what do you mean you don't look good? You look great, okay? And when you don't do it, you're going to see the anger, the smoke come out of the ears of the covert narcissist because they want to be validated, all right? So you say nothing. You don't validate them. When they say things, like, I got a raise or something like that, just kind of shake your head. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. If you want to say, oh, nice or whatever, but if you don't really validate them, you're going to see they're going to get angry. They're really, really going to get angry when they're not validated because they constantly want praise. They constantly want to say, oh, I think that's great. Oh, you're wonderful. If you're not validating them about how they look, like they may come down and say, oh, how do you like these shoes or this, that? And if you're not like, oh, wow, you look terrific. Oh, you're so hot. If you don't validate them, okay, if you're not flattering them all the time or anything like that, they're going to get frustrated. They're going to get frustrated, and they're probably not going to want to be around you, all right? So that's another way to unmask them, is when they, when you don't validate them, see how they are. See if they get angry about it, or if they're cool and they don't care. The other thing too is they always want validation from other people. So another way to unmask them is see how they are when you're out with them around other people. Are they always looking for people they're always looking to get attention all the time? Like they can't just go out with you, enjoy the time with you. They're always like flirting or talking to other people because they want validation from other people. Meanwhile, they're with you. They're spending more time trying to get validation and attention from everybody in the place than to just focus in on a conversation with you. You're dealing probably with the narcissist that needs attention, all right? Another way to unmask them is, tell them you're sick. Tell them you're sick and see if they're there for you, or if they just say, oh, I'm really sorry. If you need something, call me. And then when you call them, they don't pick up the phone, okay? Narcissists, when they hear you're sick, they're going to distance themselves. They're not going to pick up their phones. They're not going to want to be around you. You're a burden, okay? That's another quick way to unmask that narcissist. Another way that you could unmask a narcissist quickly is to see if they take accountability. Can this person say they're wrong, okay? Now, another caveat to that. If you're doing this in the love bombing stages, they could try to fool you and say, oh, I'm sorry, babe. I didn't mean to do that. And I had a narcissist do this, all right? He snapped at me. He said something really nasty. He cursed. He like snapped out, right? And it was during the love bombing stages. And then he thought about it and he came back and he apologized to me because he hadn't got the supply yet. And he panicked that he dropped his mask, and then he was trying to do damage control and say, oh, I'm sorry, that was my fault, or something like that. And I said to myself, this is all an act. The only reason he apologized and took accountability is because he didn't get the supply yet, all right? So you have to see if the timing of things and, whether they can take accountability. Once they have you, can they take accountability? The other thing, too, if you really want to be very clever about things, is let the narcissist think they got you, all right? Don't play hard to get. Let them think that they got you, that you're all in and everything like that, because the minute that the narcissist thinks they've got you is the minute that they're going to slowly drop their mask a little bit. Now they don't have to have that mask on. That mask, you guys, is to fool you, to earn your trust. But once they know that they think that they have your trust, or they think that they got you hook, line, and sinker, then you're going to really see the true core wicked narcissist come out. Now they're not going to care if they start yelling and screaming, putting you down, not taking accountability, because they think they got you, all right? Now, moving along. Another way to quickly unmask a narcissist is watch the consistency. They're always consistent in the beginning, and then it drops off. That's one thing about these narcissists. They can't keep it up. Listen to me when I tell you this. I've been around enough of them. They can't keep it up because it's not real and they're not authentic, all right? Another way to quickly unmask a narcissist is to see if they follow through. Narcissists, especially the covert narcissists, make tons of promises that they never, ever follow through on. So let's just see. Does that narcissist follow through? I guarantee most of the time they won't, all right? They may follow through in the beginning, all right, because they know you're watching. They haven't earned you yet. But once they've got you, they're not going to follow through, because they're going to make promises. They're going to still, talk dreamland and everything, but they may promise to take you on vacations. They never follow through. They may promise to get a divorce. They never follow through if you're dealing with that kind of messy situation. They may, promise to take your kid out or something. They never follow through, all right? That is, their actions and words are not matching up. So that's another way to see whether unmask the narcissist, that they're basically full of shit, that they talk a lot of shit because they're talking a good game, but they're not following through with their actions. So that's another way to quickly unmask that narcissist, all right? I'm looking on my list here, and I think I pretty much covered it. When you're dealing with a narcissist, the best way, see also too, another one I want to just put in here, see if they're very self-centered. See if they're always talking about themselves. You see this a lot with the people on the dating apps. They're constantly talking about themselves for a fucking hour. And then they'll say, what about you? But they really don't want to listen to what you have to say, but they just feel that notion like they should say that just to say it, right? See if the conversation always redirects back to them. That could show that, they're egocentric. It's all about them. They value themselves first. And also to quickly unmask them, see, if they're listening in on your conversation. A lot of times narcissists are not listening to you, okay? Their eyes are all over the place. Their head is in the phone. That's showing you that they're not all in, all right? And that could be a way to unmask the narcissist, because they're telling you they love you. They're telling you they're concerned about you, but they act like they couldn't care less whether they're with you or not. Right there. Trust your gut. Your gut doesn't lie. Your gut does not lie the way narcissists lie, all right? But narcissists, you know what they'll do? They'll tell you, oh, don't trust your gut. Your gut isn't right. This is how they try to manipulate you. And I had a narcissist do this to me, all right? That's how I know it. And I'm telling you, they'll try to tell you, don't trust your gut. Your gut's not always right. They know the gut is right, but they're going to try to fool you into thinking that it's not right. So don't fall for that, all right? Your gut is always right. If you're feeling a certain way, there's a reason, and trust that, okay? That's God's way of telling you something is not right with this person, okay? So trust how you feel around this person, whether you feel comfortable or you don't feel comfortable, because you're not going to feel comfortable with a narcissist. You're going to feel a little bit on edge. That's after the love bombing, all right? So I hope that helps you. I got to run. I'm about to travel. Have a great day, you guys. If you're looking for coaching, check out the link in the bio at askyaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. If you're confused, you don't know if you're dealing with a narcissist, you need clarity, check out the link in the bio. Also, my YouTube is The Game Exposed Podcast. I have a new Facebook page at The Game EXP 777. Instagram is The Game EXP 123. And TikTok, you guys, is The Game Exposed. And have a great day.